Who knew? Crewed up on a Wednesday. I got everybody here in studio. My guy, Ryan Clark. RC, was a big surprise to have you here in March. Happy to see you in studio.
Good to be here.
We're lucky to have you. This guy, fresh off the golf course, the beach, the tennis court.
Oh,
got a sweet tan.
I don't look 65.
No.
You look like A-Rod.
I know. Living your best life. Living your best life.
I sent Molly all the pictures.
Yep. He was in an exotic, undisclosed.
There you go. There you go. Look at
I mean, I want to be you when I grow up.
That's a good shot right there.
It's phenomenal. Gosh, it's gorgeous.
Very nice shot.
Wherever you were, it was gorgeous.
And then undisclosed, the line that you learned to use, undisclosed tropical location. That's what you say. But when you're out there, you couldn't have got a haircut.
I actually think it looks really good. It's like wild.
You know, my dog was on them gummies out there. Hey, you already know.
I brought my supply, baby. The little red ones. Anyway, you making
Did you have a nice vacation?
I did, yeah.
RC, things are going well in your world?
Things are excellent.
That's what I like to hear. SA, I know you're happy to be sitting next to me. You're so blessed.
I'm so blessed.
Let's carry on.
I'm so blessed.
Kimberly Martin and Louis Riddick will join us shortly. All right, we got a lot of news, y'all. Day 2 of free agency didn't disappoint, so let's dive into it. Derrick Henry signed a 2-year deal with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Henry, who has at least 10 rushing touchdowns in 6 straight seasons, now joins the league's top-ranked rushing offense from last season. We'll get into that. But it isn't all good news for the Ravens. They lost Pro Bowl linebacker Patrick Queen to the rival Steelers, where he will join T.J. Watt in an already great defense. We'll dive into that, too. And Patrick Mahomes restructured his contract, freeing up nearly $22 million of cap space. That allowed the Chiefs to bring back Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed, which is major. All right, Mad Dog, you're up first, fresh off vacay. Does the signing of Derrick Henry now make the Ravens even scarier than the Chiefs?
No, there's no way, because the quarterback, I still can't take Jackson over Mahomes, and Lamar did not play well again in postseason play. Listen, Henry would do a great job. He'd be really motivated. He's got a chance to get to a Super Bowl. He's got something to prove. They will feed with him. That is a great signing, don't get me wrong. But still, if I told you right now, even with Henry, that the Chiefs and Ravens are playing in the 2024 AFC Championship game, and Mahomes is Mahomes and Lamar is Lamar, you'd still take the Chiefs to win the game. You'd have to. They won last year in Baltimore, and of course the Flowers fumbled and all. I understand, but the Chiefs still pretty much controlled that football game. So until somebody shows me that they can derail Mahomes in a postseason game, was he 15-2 in the postseason? I still think that the Chiefs are the team to beat. But I do think, before we throw it to Ryan and Stephen A. here, this is a great signing because he'll be motivated. He'll get out of Tennessee. He'll have some help offensively, and he's going to try to win a Super Bowl. But I do think the Chiefs are still the team to beat.
I'll let RC be the judge and jury on this one. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, but I'm going to utter the word respectfully because I understand what you're saying, because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and we're talking about the reigning defending Super Bowl champion, so I get that. But when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, you look at how they played defense this year. Now we got to harken back to why did you lose in an AFC Championship game? Obviously, there was some mistakes. Zay Flowers obviously caught a touchdown in the end zone, but ultimately lost the ball. We get that part. We know that Lamar Jackson threw an interception as well. Here's what I would say to you. You lose the game 17-10. We're talking about a guy in Derrick Henry. Now, granted, he's 30 years of age, so he's not going to do what he used to do over the last 5 seasons where he's led the league in carries. Been averaging about 306 carries, crying out loud. That's a lot of workload, but this man is a man-child. In a man's league, he's a man amongst boys at that position. So you're talking about a bell cow at the running back spot. When we talk about quarterbacks, and if we ever question what they're lacking, one of the things, Doggy, that offsets the level of skepticism that might be thrown in their way is when they have somebody in the backfield that they can hand the ball off to on a significant level. When you have that person, I don't care what quarterback you are, we're usually looking at you as being in a better situation than you were before. So now let's ask ourselves, Lamar Jackson in a better situation. Lamar Jackson. This ain't Ryan Tannehill in a better situation. Yeah. This is not somebody like that, Derek Carr, somebody like that, in a better situation. This is Lamar Jackson. And you just lost the game, the AFC Championship game, just by a touchdown. I'm looking at it from that standpoint. I'm seeing a defense, obviously, with Queen, he's gone, and I get that that's going to compromise you to some degree. But a big-time defense with Lamar Jackson, with Zay Flowers, with your offensive coordinator that you've got. Now you get Derrick Henry in the backfield to give the ball to at least 20 times. I mean, we talk about more than that, but at least 20 times. I think that helps them immensely. I'm sorry. I think that this team right now.
Team to beat now? Team to beat in the
Well,
AFC.
listen, I think their offense, because we're asking the questions about who's scarier. Look at Kansas City. Did you get an all-world wide receiver? Have I missed something? Have I missed a report? Have I missed a report?
No.
Have they acquired some DeAndre Hopkins or somebody? Have they acquired somebody? I don't know that. Until I see Patrick Mahomes getting one of those weapons, I'm going to look at Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens right now, and I'm going to say with Derrick Henry there offensively, yeah, I like them a lot.
So here is where it stands. Derrick Henry still has a ton in the tank. Derrick Henry is scary in any backfield, let alone being next to Lamar Jackson in shotgun. The last time I saw Derrick Henry in a big-time game in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half, he had a coat on the entire second half. The last time we saw a running back be the reason that a team won a Super Bowl has to be back in the 90s, 80s, the time that we like to see Mad Dog hearken to. That's not what football is anymore. You know who was the #1 rushing offense in the entire NFL last year? The Baltimore Ravens. Now tell me what that did for Todd Monken and this offense in the AFC Championship against the Kansas City Chiefs. It did absolutely nothing. They don't need to be a better running team. They need to be a team that understands that in the critical football moments and in situational football, in AFC championships, in divisional rounds of the playoffs, we can call the right play for our quarterback and have them executed in the correct way. Derrick Henry doesn't have anything to do with that. Is he an imposing force? Hell yeah. You think people was wrong Gus Edwards, though? All willy-nilly? You think people felt like Gus Edwards wasn't a downhill back? That Gus Edwards wasn't great in the red zone? And then you sprinkle in Justice Hill. And then you sprinkle in Keaton Mitchell, who will be coming off of injury and can be healthy. That's not what they need. Does this make them imposing on Madden? Absolutely. Will they win the championship if this is the team you pick? Absolutely. But in playing football, in reality, having the best running back doesn't make you the best team if you can't do the things around him to win important football games. And we haven't seen that from Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, and we haven't seen that from a team that Derrick Henry was on. And this is when he was the best running back at football. Is he still good? Yes, but he's not that.
That was beautiful. So eloquent. I mean, I just have
Bro,
to
you are the most set you up to tear you down person in TV.
I'm just saying, man, I got to give respect where respect is due. That was a beautiful soliloquy.
Oh, boy.
There's only one problem. You were one of those people in the immediate aftermath of these. You can see I watch you. You said I watch you all the
I
time.
was on TV with you. You didn't have to watch me. We were together.
Yeah, I understand that, but I was watching you before. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that's a sports center, all right? But I'll say that the next morning, wasn't you the one complaining that the problem with the Baltimore Ravens is that they didn't run?
Yes.
Thank you. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that you can't sit up there and say that now. What you're explaining now to me about the Baltimore Ravens, you said it didn't mean a damn
Wait,
thing.
were you talking about Lamar?
Yes, I was talking about Lamar should have used his legs. The thing
He ran the ball. He ran the ball 8 times. I had to call up the stats from the AFC Championship. He ran the ball 8 times. They ran the ball 16 times as a team. You didn't run the ball.
Yes.
So guess what? What I'm saying is, now that you got Derrick Henry, and I got a brother that I can hand the football off to, and by the way, he can make things happen, and he can contribute to wearing down opposing defenses. I can't look at this. I know that you're not saying it's a minus, but I certainly don't think it's a minus. It's a subtraction at all.
Right. So what you're saying is this, though. So you're saying the name Derrick Henry, the cachet that he carries in this, is going to make Todd Monken remember that they're the #1 rushing team in the NFL? Because that's what happened. He just forgot.
I'm saying it's going to make Todd Monken remember. I got to give our running backs the damn football in the AFC Championship game against it. That's what I'm saying.
They were #1 in rushing last year, though, Stephen A.
Yeah, but you got it. But what I'm saying to you is this. You have, with a guy like Derrick Henry, there is no way in hell he's not going to get his carries. You're not going to run the football 16 times and your quarterback ran it 8 times. Not with Derrick Henry in the backfield. That's not going to happen. You know he's going to get the ball, and I think that could be a difference.
He is still a quarterback league, and the best quarterback in that league in the AFC is Mahomes. The second best is Burrow. The third best is Josh Allen. So if you have
Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
from the Bills.
I know who the hell you're talking about. I know he's in with New York. I
They
know.
agree with you. They think it's Lamar. over.
No way, he's not better than Josh Allen.
Yes, he is.
Oh, no, he's no way.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is, you don't
is
think
an
Josh
incredible
Allen's better than
talent, but
Lamar?
makes too many mistakes.
Oh, yes,
But makes
he
too
is.
many mistakes. The game